San Antonio, welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. I'm Trudy Chook, broadcasting live for Johnny Chook's Home and Hardware. We're located at 2361 Northwest Military Highway, which is super easy to find. It's just like 2 miles north of Loop 410, right past the light at Lock Hill, Selma. The phone number here, in case you have a question about some of the things I'm going to be talking about today, is 210-341-1573. Today we're open till 6:30. Tomorrow 11 to 5. We also have a website if you're listening like on iHeartMedia or any other avenues like that, or just listening to the radio. If you like some of the things that I'm talking about, but you don't live here in San Antonio, go out to our website, which is happyhandyman.com. And check out the products out there. All the ones that I'm going to be talking about today are out there, and we can easily ship to you. If you have another question about something, hang on just a second. Sorry. I can easily take an order over the phone. We can get it right to you. So, and we have a great freight rate in Texas. If you buy more than $20, it's $6 flat. Doesn't make any difference how much it weighs. If it's over 20, it's $6. If it's under 20, it's $8.35, and we'll be happy to ship it out for you right away. First of all, I want to wish a happy Father's Day to all the fathers in our lives, whether you're called dad, granddad, or just the father figure in everyone's life. I want to wish you a wonderful day today and tell you how much you mean to us in your family, is all the stability that you do for us, make us laugh, have fun together. I have to say, my dad was just happy-go-lucky 99% of the time. And it was always so much fun to hang out with him. You never knew what was going to happen, whether you were going to go to a new lake house that he had just bought and not told anybody, or we had a impromptu ski party that nobody knew about. But the fun part about it was all the friends that my dad attracted. Since my dad was the fun dad, I have so many friends because they wanted to hang out with my dad. So just to say again, all you father figures, thank you so much for being a part of our lives. So let's talk about I have a boatload. If y'all could see the radio today, you would go, how are you going to talk about all of this? I don't know, so I'm going to get started. So we have kind of a new format for the radio table. First of all, I'm going to tell you about some things that are brand new in the store. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, we are live streaming on Facebook right now. And then after that, we put it on our website, and you can watch it there too. And then it goes out to our YouTube channel. So we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. All right, let me show you some of the cool things that just came in. This is stuff that came in for our kitchen. We have a kitchen aisle that's got tons of gadgets on it. That seems to be what y'all all like. I mean, I guess if you have to cook, you'd like for it to be fun with a cool new gadget, right? Well, look at these new bag clips. I mean, everybody needs bag clips. We all have chips and crackers and all kinds of things. And these are so pretty. So, they're different colored flowers, real sturdy. They're made by Joey, and if you know anything, you know that that is a great kitchen line. And you get 6 of them on a card. All right, and then this is so cool. This is a guacamole container. It's like a plunger for your guacamole. So you put your guacamole in there, and what always happens when you put guac in the refrigerator? It turns brown, it gets icky, and even though you may scrape off the top, it's still just not good. Well, Joey that's the manufacturer, came up with a guacamole container that is airtight. It's got this plunger thing in it that you push down and compact it and so no air gets inside of it, and so your guacamole stays good for up to 5 days. So if you're getting ready to go to a party and you want to take some guacamole with you, then this is what you might want to take. And it would be a great gift idea, right? You can also put other stuff in it, like hot sauce and stuff like that, but this is great. And it's brand new. We just got it in this week. All right, and then I also want to show you something that is so cool. It's called a nozzle caddy, okay? So what is a nozzle caddy? It is this lightweight nozzle holder that you can attach it to your, to the pipe that comes out for your nozzle. It can attach there. You can attach it to the fence. You can attach it to any kind of wood or stucco because it's got a place to put screws into. And what it does is it holds all of your nozzles. So you would put all your nozzles right on it and it would hold them. I mean, what do y'all normally do? Okay, do you have a place there that you keep your nozzles on top of something instead of just putting them down on the ground? Because what happens is they get rusty laying down on the ground. But this will simply screw into a mount, and then you can hold them up out, and then your nozzles are right where you want them at all times. And it'll hold 2 nozzles, and it is strong enough to snap on anywhere. And you can also kind of run your hose up through it if you want to. So it's really cool. And if you didn't think it was new, it says so right on the packaging. So now, a couple of things I'll show you that are great little nozzles if you are, once you get your nozzle caddy, and if you want to get a couple of great nozzles, Do It Best makes a small little twist nozzle, kind of like the ones you're used to seeing. They're all brass, and the more you twist it, the more force you get from the water. And then if you kind of back off on it, then it gives you more of a wider spray. Oh, hi Cindy, how are you? It's good to see you. Cindy's on Facebook right now with me. And this one is really good. And then there's another one from Do It Best, is a pistol nozzle that is all metal on the inside. It's lightweight though, and it has a flow control and how you can change the spray on it too. So these are really great. They're inexpensive. I mean, that way if you lose it or somebody borrows it, it's not the end of the world. So those are some new things that are at the store. One more thing, and this is really something that is so cool. It's called a flexi. It is this flexible hose coupling, okay, for those of you watching on Facebook. And where this goes is on the end of your, on the end of a nozzle, like this. So I'm showing people on Facebook how this goes in. You screw it into the bottom of your nozzle, because sometimes people lose the washer on the inside, and then once you do that, it doesn't spray well, water goes all over the place. But with this flexi, you can push it in and it stays there and it's flexible and you won't have any kind of leak. Now let me tell you what a flexi is really supposed to do. A flexi goes on the end of your garden hose nozzle in case someone runs over, thank you so much, runs over your nozzle, and then that usually is the end of that hose because you can't use it anymore because nothing will fit on it. And that's what these flexis were created for. You straighten out the end of the end of the hose, the metal thing, and then the metal connection, and then you put this in. And since it's flexible, it will go in and straighten it out, and then you have your hose again. And you don't have to throw your hose away, you don't have to replace the end. It's a really cool little thing. And They're like so inexpensive, and they're made in the USA. So there you go. Those are all the new things that are happening at Johnny Chuck's Home and Hardware. So let's talk about some things that you ought to do right now at home. Some projects that you ought to do, things that will make your life easier because you're tackling them first. And the first thing I want to suggest, because I had so many people that have come in this week and they are all looking for something to blow out their air conditioning with, their line that goes out, okay? Because it will get clogged. Hey Karen, how are you today? One thing that is really easy to use is AC pan treatment made by Rector Seal. Rector Seal used to make these, and they came in a little container, and you would just throw the whole little container in, and the back was open. But now they've made it, to me, they're a lot more reasonable now. How many things do you know that go down in price? And you take 2 of these and put them in your pan. Now, if you're wondering where your pan is, it's right below your coils. And you want to spread these little things out. They're blue. And you want to spread, no, they're not, they're white. Okay, you want to spread them out. They kind of look like Alka-Seltzer. And spread them out and put them in. Your pan will be moist, okay? And they'll start breaking up and dissolving. And they keep your drain line open, so that you don't get to the point where you're having to call somebody and say, hey, I need for somebody to clean out my drain line. You won't have to do that. So see, that'll save you money. These are very inexpensive. I want to say they're $12.99, but don't quote me on that. And you get 30 of them. So that's enough to share with your family, okay? These are great to use. They're simple to use. All you got to do is find your drain pan, put a couple in there, and the problem is over. So we had so much rain this week. I know for some people it was too much rain, but at my house I got a lot of rain. And if you haven't fertilized yet with an organic fertilizer, now is the time. The ground is wet. You're wanting to put on, I like to suggest an organic, and the one that we carry is made by Medina, called Growing Green. It is a granule poultry fertilizer, so that means it's made from chicken poop, okay, chicken poop, and it's pasteurized, so it doesn't smell as bad. I mean, do you want to hug it when you take it out to the car, the bag? No, you don't want to hug it, and you don't want to leave it in your car for hours because it will stink, okay? That's some trouble that I got into. Okay, I could probably talk to y'all all for 30 minutes about some things with my dad. Okay, one time that Dad got mad at me. Dad never got mad at me. Well, Dad never got mad. Well, he got mad at me this time though, because I asked him to go pick up some of this Growing Green, and he had a brand new Suburban. And so I didn't know he was going to go eat lunch. He was going to go driving around town. But when he came back, he told me, don't you ever ask me to go pick that up again. I said, why? Because my car stinks so bad. I'm going to have it detailed. Oh, so when you pick it up here at the store, go directly home, and whether you put it on the grass right away, just don't lug it around in the car, because it will make your car stink, and then you'll be calling me and asking me, what do I do to get rid of the stink? So you're going to spread it out over the grass, and since it's a granule, you can put it in one of those spreaders that you either walk over the grass with, or I have one that's a hand spreader because my yard is so small. It's garden home size, and I can fertilize it in like 5 minutes. And I just do that little deal, and it spreads it out, and then you'll need to water it in. And not because it will burn the grass, but because it won't do your yard any good until you water it in. It'll just sit there on the surface. Now, if we're getting ready to get rain and you're lucky enough to time that thing just right, then perfect. Like, if everybody had done that on Wednesday night or Thursday morning, that would have been perfect. So I suggest that right now you get out and fertilize this yard. Now, that's not the only thing that you ought to do. There is another product made by Medina, and I was just talking about to my lawn and garden guy here at the store, and that's Kale. Kale works for us, and he works in our lawn and garden area. We're gonna move. We have a lot of Medina products. They are excellent. They're well priced. You talk to anybody else that's got a store that is a nursery, and they'll tell you they're great, okay? And we carry them too. And so another thing that you want to pick up is a product called Soil Activator. Soil Activator, it will produce a healthy soil by breaking up the soil. How many of you have areas in your yard maybe that the ground is so tough and you maybe don't have nothing will grow there because of that? Well, you talk about using the soil activator that will help put stuff in the ground to help break it up, so that when you do plant your grass, when you do fertilize, that the ground accepts all that. And that is also made by Medina, and it converts nutrients into usable food for the plant then also. So those two together, and you can use them one right after the other. You don't have to wait so many days or anything. This is all organic. Okay, and then one of the last things, if you're picking up some plants at the nursery and you're getting ready to plant them in the ground, do yourself a favor while you're there, either at the nursery or come by here and buy the product called Has to Grow Plant. And what that will do is it will make, when you plant these plants, okay, they will help the roots spread out. It will make the plant just do so well. Have you ever got a bunch of plants and you put them in the ground and then within like a week, they were dead? And it's just kind of like they didn't get into the ground well. Maybe you didn't. You just stuck them in there. You were in a hurry or whatever. Okay, well, get the Medina Has to Grow plant. You can put it in a pump-up sprayer. You can put it in one of those hose-in sprayers. They'll tell you all the way to do that on the outside. It's even got this great little thing on the side of the bottle to show you how much to use. And so that is what I would do right now for your yard. We're getting ready to go through a real tough period here in San Antonio. Hi Jean, how you doing? Welcome to the Happy Handyman Show. Thanks for watching on Facebook. So take care of your yard. You know, if you don't, and I don't know if our water restrictions will change with all the water that we've gotten, they probably won't. Okay, so you want to make it as easy for when you do water for your yard to accept it. And then that's all I'm going to say. Okay? All right, so let's see. Another thing that you ought to do right now, this is a great product. It's called Fresh Cube. Okay? What is Fresh Cube? It is this deal that you put in your refrigerator that will slow down your fruits and vegetables from ripening, okay? Because what happens is they ripen so quickly, they go bad. And you get 2 in a container. You take the label off of it, and it will have all these little openings on it. And then it will keep all your fruit and vegetables from ripening so quickly. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and this is no lie. I can keep like I go and I buy my vegetables at someplace else. I don't go to just a regular grocery store. I go someplace else and I buy my vegetables because I cook every night. I bring my lunch to work and I'm very careful about what I eat. And so I eat vegetables and fruits all the time. And so the last thing I want to do, because if you go to one of these specialty grocery stores, you know those things, the vegetables and fruits, they're not cheap. They're not cheap because if you put your nose to them, they actually smell like what they're supposed to be. Like if you pick up an apple and you put your nose to it, guess what? It smells like an apple. And so I take the time to go to a different grocery store and buy all that. And I want them to stay good at least for a week and a half while I'm cooking. And before we found Fresh Cube through Do It, when it's through Do It Best, I buy it and 3 days later I was throwing it out and I had to go back to the grocery store. It's like this domino effect was happening over and over again. And that's expensive. And I'd rather spend my money on other things. So if you have that problem, if you buy a lot of food and you cook a lot at home, do yourself a favor and buy one of these Fresh Cubes. We have them on aisle 2. You get 2 of them, I think, for either $24 or $29, and they'll last for 6 months. So a half a year for that. So it's really great. All right, so wow, I've talked a long time. I want to talk to you about a project that probably is very important right now, and that's taking care of ants on the outside of the yard. So since we've had so much rain, it's fire ants. You're going to see fire ants, especially if you're close to any like acreage or anything like that. You're going to see fire ants that pop up because that water pushes them up. And the last thing you want is to step in that, or have your pets step in that, or your grandkids step in that. And so what do you do to take care of fire ants? There's a couple of things. I have one of them up here. I don't have the other one. Okay, one of them is Amdro. Amdro is great for ants. Just remember Amdro for ants. And they make one for a fire ants. Okay, they make a container for mounds. It kills the queen, it destroys the mound. Follow the directions on there. You do not want to disturb the mound. You just want to put this on there and you sprinkle it all around the mound and leave it alone. Now, if it rains that very next night, you need to go out and do it again, okay? But this will take care of the mound. You also want to take care of just regular ants in the yard. And because if you don't and you leave them there, even though they might not bother you that much, they'll kill the grass. One year I was super busy at work, and I have a front door and a back door, and I park in the back of my house, and I didn't go out the front door of the house for probably 6 weeks because we were so busy here. And when I did go out, I noticed that I had we have dogs here, ants at the house, and they completely killed the grass on one side of the sidewalk for about 3 feet. So I immediately went and got Amdro for just regular ants, and this will take care of just those crazy little ants that you see, household ants. Of course, this is for the outside of the house, okay? And that'll take care of them, and then it'll kill them, and then the grass will start growing again. Now, another thing that I really like, it's made by Terro, are these ant bait stakes, okay? So if you see ants around your house in a certain area, okay, what you want to do is put these ant bait stakes out. They'll last for 60 days, I think, and they just press down into the ground, the ants, and just the very top of it shows. You break that off so that the ants can get in and get the bait, and then of course then they take it back, and that kills the rest of the mound. These are inexpensive. Now I'm going to tell you, if you go out to Amazon, they have great reviews out here. If you go out to Terro, if you're one of those people that likes to research and research and research, and you go out to Terro, they don't have a lot of good response about this, but they are great. I sell these things over and over and over again. I don't know why on the Terro site they have such a bad review, but if you go out to Amazon and you like to look at the reviews out there, you'll see it's got great reviews, okay? And they're inexpensive, and they're easy to use, okay? All right, next week I want to talk to you about a project that I wanted to talk to you about today, and it's about a lady that has a sink that chipped and it was leaking. That's how bad the chip is, and I'm going to have the answer for you here. All right, let me tell you where we're located. We're at 2361 Northwest Military Highway. The store's going to be open until 6:30 today. The phone number is 210-341-1573. And that's it for this week, folks. It's time for you to roll up your sleeves and get busy on some of these projects we've been talking about. But by all means, you remember one thing. It will always be a great day to paint. See you next week, and happy Father's Day.